Hello everyone. Wouldn't we all like to imagine a future without waste? Wouldn't it be great if all our products that we produce could be recycled to fibers and textiles of the same quality again? I feel in this room there is no doubt. The future of fashion should be circular. The only question is, how do we get there? Because we all know we should change, and we even want to change, but it's not happening yet. And the reason is, people are taking naturally wrong decisions if it's not easy enough to do the right thing. And while we are aware that we are running out of resources and that we are producing tons of waste yearly, still 73% of all textiles are incinerated or landfilled. And only 12% are recycled. And that's mainly mechanical recycling, which is often a downcycling. Fibers get shredded into filling material of car seats, or 60% virgin fibers are needed to make new textiles out of it. But fortunately, in the past years, closed-loop recycling technologies have been developed that allow to regenerate fibers to the same quality again, without adding any virgin fibers. But this is still a big buzzword with a very small number. Only less than 1% of all textiles are regenerated that way today. So why is that? We even know it, that is possible, we want it, but it's just too difficult. And it's too difficult from 3 different perspectives. It's too difficult for designers, for customers, and for sorting companies. It's difficult for designers because fiber-to-fiber recyclers have demanding requirements on the materials and compositions that they can handle. So clothing must already be designed for circularity. And it's difficult for consumers because having a recyclable garment, they need to know where to return them in the right channels. And it's difficult for sorting companies because they need to identify the clothing and guide them to the right recycler. So we are aware that these are 3 crucial steps to make the circular economy a reality, but currently they're not being done. And that just shows us that the approaches that we have taken so far haven't really lifted up and haven't changed the game. Educating consumers to buy organic didn't work. Convincing designers with moral rules didn't work. And we have come to a dead end with these approaches. So we from Circular Fashion wondered, what can we do now to really change the game? And our answer was pretty simple. We need to make sustainability easy and the preferred choice. What if we provide designers with the knowledge and information how to design for circularity? What if your consumers would prefer your sustainable product because it's just more appealing and maybe even more affordable through a circular retail model? What if sorting companies would automatically be able to identify recyclable textiles and even make more benefit with it? So we developed a system that allows each stakeholder to take the right decision for their own benefit and pleasure. And I want to show you now how that works, more detail. So take me on a tour. Let's change venues. Let's step into the feet of a designer who needs to come up with new ideas almost every day. So how should I know which material is the most sustainable, which is compostable, which materials are recyclable? To help designers, we developed a circular design software with a material database that offers them a choice of hundreds of materials that all have been validated for their recyclability. And the next big challenge is, do I create a product and combine materials so that the full garment stays recyclable? Which is the right zipper? What is the right lining? The right sewing thread? To answer all those questions and to make it really simple for them, we developed circular design guidelines that provide templates on how to combine materials and bring them to life in garments. And finally, a circular product check declares if a material combination is recyclable and where. So we developed this circular design software to make it really easy and to help designers taking the right decisions. And we also want to show that sustainability must not be a limitation. It can really be a driver for innovation. And therefore we enriched this software with practical examples on how to design for cyclability. So look at this jacket. It has many different components. It's designed for modularity. So the main material is actually made from a biodegradable textile, and the lining is made from a recyclable textile. So every component can be separated even the buttons, and go in their respective cycles for regeneration. This dress and the shirt are made from a material that is transformable into many different shapes. From the main material into elastics, buttons, and zippers, everything made from one material. So everything can go in the biological cycle to compost. And this jacket, it consists of many different materials, but all materials have been carefully chosen for polyester recycling requirements to meet the needs of those recyclers. But it's actually not only the material, it's not only about the end of life. We can also positively influence the full life cycle of a garment and the consumption behavior. Let me ask you, what do you guess? How many times is a garment worn before thrown away? Hundreds? 5 times? That's pretty good. 4 to 7 times according to different studies. And either way, this is a tiny number and it's not really acceptable, right? So what if we change this model of selling this garment? Because if we would calculate the average price per wear, I think it's actually cheaper to just rent it for the particular occasions. But we as producer, we were always used, and our aim was always to sell as much as products as possible. So what if we switch now this model to a renting model? We can actually earn not just once, but multiple times from the same garment. And the real value comes when our designers design actually for the business model, for the retail model that we are offering the garment with. So we earn more as long-lasting as possible this product is, or as repairable as possible it is, or even as versatile as possible it is, because then many different needs of customers can be met. So to take it as a real business opportunity, what it is, we created also examples on how to design for longevity or for adaptability. This jacket consists of a multi-layered pattern construction, so it can be actually worn as a dress, as a vest, and as a coat. No overloaded suitcases anymore, just this garment. And whom of you experienced that? You really like the garment, but at some point it just doesn't fit anymore. And every third garment is discarded because of this reason. So we developed a pattern technique that allows multiple sizes in the same garment. Or who experienced that you don't really like the shape of a garment anymore? Every other third garment is actually discarded because the customer didn't really like the shape anymore. So we developed a technique for aesthetic durability. With a simple draw code, you can create different shapes of the same garment. And if we now step into the feet of the customer, how should we actually know about all those amazing opportunities to reuse and recycle this garment? When a designer creates a product with our tool, the system then produces a unique digital identity for this garment that is integrated as a scannable tag into each garment. And scanning the tag, the customer actually knows everything about this product. Who invented this flattering shape? Who did this amazing embroidery? But they don't have to. They can also simply look up what is their best buying decision. Buying it new, vintage, secondhand, or just rent them. And once time has come, or actually what we also can say is that the brands can use it as a completely new customer interface. They can provide incentives for reusing and updating this garment and invite the customers back into the store. And once a customer decided to discard of this garment, let's step into the feet of a sorting company. Sorters today sort quite manually. So they have different categories for reusing or like for reusable garments. But what tend to be very difficult is to find out the actual material composition and a reliable material composition. And nearly impossible to find out which material is monomaterial, which material can be recycled with different technologies. So to make it really simple, we did also a sorting interface for this tag so that sorting companies can automatically find out about the material composition and which recycler is actually best for it. So first in time, the sorting companies can identify the recycling, like the materials that are suitable for cellulosic recycling, polyester recycling, or wool recycling to regenerate those fibers to the same value again. And prospectively, fashion brands can actually purchase back those regenerated fibers and use them instead of their virgin fibers. So looking back on the 3 steps that are crucial to make a circular economy work, for designers, having circular materials and design strategies, offering customers with circular retail models and take-back systems, and providing sorting companies with the ability to sort for high-quality recycling. We really need to make it easy and simple for them and make it a benefit for them. And what we observed that there are many great initiatives out there, solving different stages of the circle. But what was still missing is an interconnected system that can create a flow of information across the whole value chain, and that can create mutual benefits across the whole value chain. And that's exactly what we want to create, and that we created with the circular fashion system. The circular design platform and software supports designers to create recyclable textiles. And to assure that they're actually ending up at the right recycler, we equip each product with a circular fashion ID that can tell anybody exactly what it is made of and exactly where it needs to go. And I'm standing here today because we're convinced that with the circular fashion system, we can increase closed-loop recycling enormously in the next years. And we can make the circular economy basically a reality. But for that, we want to collaborate. We want to collaborate with everyone here in the room. And I would just ask you, if that resonates to you, just come and talk to us about this. Thank you.